loves, it is me coming to you today with a story time video. I wanted to do this because it was a very interesting week, and I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about it. I hope you enjoy it, of course, as much as I did. It was just something that I thought was very interesting on, kind of how it happened and what happened, and a little bit embarrassing also. I felt like this would be a good opportunity to kind of share with you the crazy things that happened in my life, and I'm sorry that I didn't get any clips of it. I should have totally taken out my camera so that you could actually get footage of it. But before I jump into the story time, I did want to tell you that it's not too late to go ahead and enter to win the silk duster that I have, and I'll put a link somewhere so that you can re-find it again on whatever video that was. But it's not too late to send in your size and your name for me to follow you back on Instagram, and you'll have an opportunity to win the silk duster. I'm planning on giving it out, or picking someone I should say, before the end of the year. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Don't forget to do that. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna have amazing and awesome things coming up. I also want to do a lot of giveaways. I'll be doing a lookbook on a website that I'm actually working on right now very soon as well. So now to jump into the reason why I'm actually making this video. I believe it was Tuesday of this week. I am just going to kind of give you kind of a layout of what happened. I'm in my room as I am right now. I've currently moved back in with my mother for a period of time, and I heard a beep. For some reason, I thought that it was the TV. I did have the TV on, but I was reading at the time, so I was kind of confused, and I heard this beep noise, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it kept beeping and it kept beeping. So I finally just, I got up, I went out to check to see what it was. And for some reason I thought it was the alarm, the fire alarm battery going dead. So I was like, okay, I think it's not a big deal. But then I noticed that the noise was not coming from the fire alarm. I was like, what is going on? I don't know what this noise is. I went in, I asked my mom, like, what is that noise? She was knocked out, sleep. I said, Mom, what is this noise? And she sits there for a second, and we're both kind of like trying to guess what the noise is. We both get up, and she's like, oh, that's the carbon monoxide alarm going off. Mind you, this freaked us out because we were worried. We were like, oh my God, okay, if this is carbon monoxide, then let's start to open some windows until we figure out exactly what this is. We didn't know what to expect because the carbon monoxide alarm has never gone off. I've never heard one before, so I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what to expect. So we are looking at the directions. We've unplugged it at this point. We're checking the back, calling for help, looking to figure out exactly what is going on and why is it making this noise. Towards the end, we got a little tired of trying to figure it out, and I was like, I don't know if I'm getting lightheaded because of what's going on, or because there's actually carbon monoxide in here, which is definitely nothing to play with. You should definitely leave your house if your alarm is going off. But we couldn't quite understand if it was just the battery was dead, or, which was crazy because it was plugged into the wall. But I guess, electronics, they go old and things break down and things are not always what they used to be, kind of like people when they get old. Once we figured out that it was beeping, that we were trying to get help and trying to figure out exactly what was going on before we called the paramedics, or before we called the emergency help, we decided, because I felt like if we kept letting it beep, even if it was just a battery issue, I was never going to be able to fall asleep, thinking that I could die and not be awake in the morning. What we did was we called the non-emergency line. The craziest thing, we called the non-emergency line, and after speaking to the rep that was on the phone, we kind of gave her a justification of what was going on. My mom had a slight headache, so we really thought that something was wrong. So after talking to the rep on the phone, she said, I need you to get out of the house immediately. So that's exactly kind of what happened. I got out immediately. I'm grabbing credit cards because I'm like, oh my God, if we have to stay at a hotel, I have to have a card so that I can, we can get a room or something to sleep in or something. So I'm grabbing my credit card. I'm out there looking super crazy. I got a pair of Uggs on, these terrible sweatpants, this coat that looked awful. I think I put this hat or a black one just like this one on. I looked a mess. And my mom is still in the house, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know what to wear. What do you mean? Put something on right now. So finally she gets something on, and then she screams out the house, and I'm like, Mom, let's go, get out of the house. And she's like, I can't find my socks. You could die, and that could be a better solution. You know, maybe you just leave the socks. It's fine. Outside. By the time she gets outside, this all happened really super quick. By the time she gets outside, they have pulled up with a fire truck. The lights are going off. I'm sure the neighbors are looking like, what the hell is going on? They're looking, so they come in, they check, they make sure that we're good to go. There's like maybe 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them that come. They come, they check every room. You know, it doesn't take very long. So, and they, you know, they come in really quick. They double check, make sure everything is okay, make sure that you're still going to be alive in the morning when you wake up, and kind of just make sure the coast is clear, in other words. So when we come in and we're kind of laughing about the situation and her trying to find her socks and what have you, and and as we come back in and we're starting to get kind of settled in, this is probably, you know, the most embarrassing thing that I've probably ever had happen to me, and I want to pray and hope that they didn't notice this or didn't see this. I'm sure that they go into a ton of people's homes, but I was mortified. I didn't realize that I literally stepped out of my clothes and I had my lady garments. Okay. I had my underwear just sitting out and open, and ladies, you know what I'm talking about when you step out of your underwear. It was so bad. Firemen came in, not to mention, of course they're good looking. Like, of course they're good looking. They gotta be good looking. They come in, they're good looking, and my underwear was just so embarrassing. I could have died. And me and my mom laughed so hard we almost hit ourselves. It was awful though. I felt like, because I had never done that before. I had always been told, you know, as ladies we don't put our underwear out there and we cover them if we're getting out of them. And this one particular night where I didn't cover or put in my underwear, I got seen by the neighborhood fire. I'm glad that I could share this story with you. I thought it was funny after everything that happened. I'm probably pretty sure that I'll never see them again. But I was still mortified and freaked out about how that happened and what happened, and that is pretty much it. Definitely, if you're having any type of carbon monoxide scare, get out of your house immediately. Do not look for your socks, just go, regardless of the weather on the outside. But that is it for today. Again, definitely go back and make sure that you enter in to win that silk duster. I very, very, very much look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm like hunching. Why am I hunching over? I actually kind of like this tea. The green tips, the China green tips. Is that like green tea? I don't know. It's good though.